Yeah, technically it was an hour 10, but who's counting? Continuing. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, old slippers. Apartment 12, a loud rumbling snoring comes from within. It's dark. Blah. Moss crawls on these bathroom tiles. Actual moss. Shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of detergent. Flip-up glasses, the auditor. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall. Shoes? Money from the shoes? Padlocked door. The door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11. Examine the padlock. Solid lump of metal, but the shackle's deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters to make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters, you won't get very far otherwise. No. First we knock. No reply. Let's not break in yet. Someone walking around inside rearranging the furniture. Number 10. The walking stops, but nobody comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. Knock again.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clanging of heels again. As the other side walks right up to the door, her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Very well. Stealing their money. Door number 9 is locked. Money. No. Door number 9 has a mailbox. With a postcard in it. Mine now. Their mailbox is overflowing in number 8. Hello there.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. Are you okay? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
Red spots begin to appear on her cheeks.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence. Who are you? I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you can call it living. She spits on the floor before wiping it off with a broom. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than the closet, but I don't complain, no. She juts out her chin, eyes shining. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company, that's all I need from the world. And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door. Outside, splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. I'm looking for a Martin Martinez. Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here, don't you worry. She smiles a gap-toothed smile when she hears you mention the name. What do you mean? I wasn't joking. Pea-brain, someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Revachol. Didn't get the joke there. I thought it was obvious. He stops before he offends you. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name. That's about a young male mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build. A smoker on the balcony. Yeah, I know what you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right? She looks at the other end of the hallway. Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower. What's he in trouble for? No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? Talk? The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath. He lives upstairs in a room number 28. Get at a balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening. Thank you. We should go check out this apartment on the balcony, see if he's home. I have a few questions about these apartments. Ask away. Is one of the residents on vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone. Apartment 10. No one lives there. It's been empty for months. But I spoke to someone through the door. Impossible, the cleaning lady says, shaking her head. I would know if someone had moved in there. She pauses, eyeing the hallway. Maybe it's those counterculture people again, breaking into our house like it's a public space. You're a policeman, be good and take a look, will you? Sure. I'll see what I can find. Great young people. They're worse than rats, you know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans. And the padlock door. Oh, that one's a scientist, future scholar. Suddenly the old lady's face is beaming. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good, I always tell him to study. Astrology? Astrology? Astrology. I hope that they don't teach that at the community... Well, no, he probably learns a lot about that at the community college. Just... maybe not in an official course. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. Are you sure you don't mean astronomy? That's what I said, astrology. Lieutenant shakes his head as though to say let it go. Come on, people, try to keep up any standards here. It's not about stars, forget it. And this Cindy? The artist? Nothing I can do about her. I'm afraid she ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leans on her broom. She leaves an old lady to her business more than I can say for others. That's all. Thanks. She mumbles some kind of response, then hacks something into her handkerchief. I'm off. Firing squad for the rich. Foreclosed by Martinez Reality Associates. Someone's torn down the wall. The sea below looks cold and winter gray. A shift in temperature. The air chills around you, dust settles on the stony floor. Rub your sides for warmth. Former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plane in her hand. Cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to negative 20 degrees Celsius. Her face is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. The plan itself. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a misting eastern wall connects the room with neighboring apartments. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. Look around. Clean and empty. With new tapestry embellishing the walls, a standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. Balcony door? Ow, over here.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
Yeah, working on evolving.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
She crosses her arms. That smell coming from her paint bucket. That's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. Is that heavy fuel oil? Red dyed heavy fuel oil intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise. He says, studying the contents of Cindy's bucket. What'd you think I was using, Aquarius? Fucking hell. Sucked it out of Cop's fuel tank myself back in Jamrock. Clever cultural commentary, I guess. You ain't seen nothing yet, piggy boo. Right, catch you later. You're painting a flammable material. Door is locked. Can't get in. Above, tarps flap in the wind. Forgotten hammers and nails rust. Box. Money. Interesting room. Oh, this is the coal room that the old lady spoke of. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate, the rats of the city. Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Pants? Got some pants from the furnace. And money from the furnace. The furnace is filled with treasures. Okay. Back inside. Let's check behind this doorway. Old grocery list on the table, and checks. Healing and money. Collected over $100. Feel pretty good about that. This apartment is supposed to be empty. Did you break in here?
Excuse me? Of course not.
I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in.
Oh, come on.
There's a pause before you hear the door being unlocked.
That was smart.
And now that I have made Kim happy, time to make him very unhappy. This isn't just a 5-pointed star, it's an inverted white pentagram created on a reef of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words. Inspect it closer. Star and antlers were developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the stars and antlers retain the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure. Why upside down? Symbolize the toppling of the old order. Yeah, also some social democrats were already using it. And the antlers? The reef of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world. And at the same time, above it. Why white? Because white's the color of peace. Is it? What does it evoke in me? Why does it hurt my morale? Gone. Gone is the hope of glory. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain in dirty hallways. I look at things and I get hurt. I'm breaking into this room to make me feel better. Excellent. You didn't see shit, Kim. Love you. Flamboyant poster of a white star. Real lithography. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Books of critical theory and the monstrosities of capital and such. Bust of Krasmazov. A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Krasmazov. Honestly, it does kind of look like you after all. Why does this tenement have a bust of Krasmazov? The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting. Looks kind of like me, don't you think? Eh? Hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here? To find out whether you're Krasmazov? I must investigate all possibilities. Except that he's dead, and has been for 50 years. Just humor me for just a moment here. Look at the resemblance. Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns, but it seems like old Kraz here didn't drink nearly as much as you. Maybe the bust shows him before he started drinking. How do you know? The bust is probably just a romanticized depiction anyway. I have a problem with alcohol. Maybe it was just from before. Very well. Let's look for identifying features then. He puts a finger on a pale dot embellishing the bust cheekbone. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you? I do not. Then it's settled. You're not cross myself. Yeah, fine. It's decided you're not the most famous philosopher of the modern period. Oh man. Salute. Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm. Leave. This is at. Why do you have a bullet? And a shirt. Distressed jeans. What did these take away? Savoir-faire and electrochemistry, and these are reaction speed and electrochemistry. They're just bad. It's somehow better to be pantsless. I need a better pair of pants. Pretty damn badly, too. Lounge jacket that increases the conceptualization. Very well. Oh. Master Investigator, you can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? What? Nothing, you're right. Just get in there. Deep invade. Invade every personal space. Break every lock. Yes. It is what it is. Quick peek here, short glance there. It's all quite delectable. Things I can't use. Because I need more skill points, and for some reason, I decided that that was a good idea. Even though I probably still have something tanking my authority. No, I don't know what. Do I have something that says what's doing what? Nah, just my savoir-faire, which is my shoes and my pants. Ay, ay, ay. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. Black monk straps. Sorry. Honestly, I don't want to, but they make me less clumsy. Indirect modes of taxation, affluent moneymaker man. I have no idea what that means. Luxury, the fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet? Beautiful things do make people happy. Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power. Crafting your style, draping your fetish in flesh and silk and leather. Deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes, whether you like it or not. Wearing these has made you more liberal. Ultra liberal. Okay. Fine mattress. That would be ridiculous. You can hear it swarming with bugs. Oy. Blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it. Taking your pills.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
She jingles a set of keys in her hand. Boy, there are a lot of different keys there, more than 20.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
Inspect it.
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details.
Nice haircut.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
Who lived in the foreclosed apartment down the hallway? Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned the auctioning off of valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door, and there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall, can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone, the money's gone, just like that. The sum must have been puny. Money also disappeared, I think. Well, it doesn't not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it. Couldn't have been that much money. These apartments look pretty shabby. These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbor's life, spark, and they're affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez, it's the future in a few years. It's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards. This game has some social commentary, one might say. What happened with the wall, then? Don't ask me what happened with it. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. She's still shaking her head, manicured hands now crossed over her chest. What are you doing here? She sighs and looks around. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. Sounds like they knew how to have a good time. It was some kind of moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You think they made rent. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. That's all, thanks. Of course, she replies with a smile, but her eyes remain glazed over. She's been waiting for you to leave. That's a gross human being. Stairway? Now we're downstairs. How do I get upstairs?
Give me a moment.
Didn't find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It's just a real estate agent setting things up for the new tenants. I see. She takes out her handkerchief, wipes her nose. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yeah, radio computer wizards are coming and they're gonna save the place and the economy. No one is coming. There will be nothing but squalor unless we start killing real estate agents. Lax women and sexual deviants, that's who will come spits. I'm sure everything will be fine. This apartment building needs slow change. Imperceptibly slow. Yeah, according to her, it's gonna be a bunch of radio computer wizards. They're gonna save this place and the economy at large. Oh, I do like wizards. And people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates. She means clairvoyance. I'm off. Locate apartment 28. I kinda tried to, but I don't know how to get upstairs. This door's locked. Not even open to investigation, locked. This leads into this room. There's a stairway somewhere. Must be, right? Probably right there. Curtain shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. Breaker box full of cigarettes. Cigarette butts and electric wires. Just a door. Nothing for you here right now. locked, I guess. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Apartment 28. Door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives. Let's see if anyone's home. In a minute, Kim. Apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here is not home. Apartment 30. Voices singing to some buoyant dance track. Now this place is built, like, right into the harbor. No one answers. Looks like the young man we're looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. He looks around, taking in the cold spring air. We should return tomorrow, after we have finished with our day's work. How about 2100? Sound good? What do you mean? The smoker on the balcony. That's why you're here, right? You might know something about the murder, so tomorrow, 2100? Suddenly he's a little worried about your memory. Yeah, but why do we have to wait so long? Don't worry, it's mostly all still here. You can remember things. Okay, sure. Sure. Turns out it's tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. You'll get him. He was literally just here, but sure, whatever. I will acquiesce, if begrudgingly. No? The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavy. Examine closer. You peer into the faded marks in the stones. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow. This is bad mojo, man. Fucking horrible mojo. The end draws near. I'm gonna die. Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in. Caving in tighter. Your breathing grows heavy. You okay there? The lieutenant's sudden voice cuts like a blade, bringing you out of the stupor. Breathe out sharply. Huh? Yeah, I'm fine. You were looking pale for a second. What are you looking at? These bullet holes. What's with them all? Remnants from the revolution? These are over half a century old. So no crime has happened here? Perhaps a crime of a sort ages ago, but these do not warrant an investigation. What can you tell me about this revolution? Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Should we go? Weird. Why does everything hurt? Looking at things hurts. Thinking things hurts. Not looking at things hurts. Failing hurts. Me. In my soul. What do we do now? I guess it's time to go talk to the company men, as it were. Hurt. Very hurt. What do I want to put a point into? Halfway? No. Exposure, interfacing, reaction speed. Perception's honestly kinda useful, but I don't think it's been a single check. Our men and women play the puppet master. Spirit the core. Cop culture. General authority. Empathy. Work your mirror neurons. Got a point to empathy. I should be using those on thoughts. Just felt right. Let's talk with these guys. Let me handle this, the woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before returning to you. Detective disoriented, she smiles coldly. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you forgot, and I advise you not to overstay your welcome. Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice. You're the gardener. I'm not a gardener, I'm a legal counselor for the Dockworkers Union. She crosses her arms. So let's get to it. Looking for Titus Hardy. You think he has information that'll help you. Maybe he does. She points to the man on her right. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this, I will be keeping an eye on you. No strong-arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests. Doesn't matter if you recognize our authority, we will make an arrest if we have to. She says nothing, her glare speaks for her. Why are you so aggressive? Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers. So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects, and just dock workers. We've checked with Red Claire. We know who these men are, the Union's militant ring. Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob. Enforcing the unlawful privatization of Ravenshaw. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards. Fuck yeah, a tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer. So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Right. World needs a financial buffer zone, no need to get emotional. Privatization's not unlawful, it's cool and funny. Maybe you've just not historic individuals. God. Don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCO is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. I like that, good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising? What are the Union's plans? Look, a comedian. Her expression stiffens. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez. Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary. So what's your role in this? Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. You have problems? You have hearing problems. And if I wanted to speak to you? What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority, and Martinez, you are no one. And what are you gonna do to me? What we are going to do to you? She starts laughing, coldly, devoid of joy. The Union isn't going to do anything to you. It's not a crime syndicate, it's a labor organization. A gruff hump from the table. Goddamn right it is. If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. She shakes her head, but we digress. And shall speak to Titus then.
Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
What do you do now? Intenside red check fails, heal 1 morale. Phase and Motorix red check fails, heal 1 health. Learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6. So because you know you kinda suck, you can take it. It's not the worst. Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. Hawthorn branches scrape the grass like bony fingers. Squint. There's a little slide panel up there. Let some air in. I need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. -12, it's not time yet. +1 because a mysterious door was seen. Damn it. Nothing. Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman. Motionless, the wind in the yard doesn't reach the hawthorn. Nor does the light come on from this window. Looks like I can't talk to anybody except the main guy here.
This is where you say your bed.
Broad-shouldered man points to you with a beer can. Why'd you take so long to give me the continue?
Detective.
He's leaving it to you. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
Hardcore yeehaw. Alright then.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Yeah, you're just as bad as the rest of them, though.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the room. Starting from the right, Glenn, boot size 44, blonde man in his 30s, overbearingly masculine. Theo, sitting on his right, standard working boots, size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room, probably mid-50s, smoker, quiet. Elaine, across to the other table, hobnob working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesker, Samarizian, in his late 30s, early 40s. A symmetric burn on his neck resembling the letters Los Los as he's tried to burn it off, leave that life behind. Titus, and then standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, a big dick. Wide at the shoulders, lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, numerous scarves, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says rowing club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, captain. Eugene, in the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic, beverage in hand. Instead of plectrum? Where? On his neck. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician. And the little guy. Shanky, size 41, with light step, not a child after all. An older man, but with a rat face. Mean, watery eyes and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing, it's a big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks, probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos, and the man in the armor, you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors in the crime scene. Footprints are theirs, but there's a discrepancy. One of them's missing, the weird soul. Exactly. You've stood here for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit him with questions, where's D.A. Hardy? Fuck's with you, fella? Titus is staring at you with his head tilted. I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's D.A.? What are you talking about, madman? There ain't no Afe Hardy, boy. 7 of us, and we're all here. He sizes you up. Or, what, you want to be the eighth Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring. He shakes his head. Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think we could maybe... She? So there is an eighth. And it's a girl. Who might it be? Elizabeth the gardener? Shut the fuck up, Glenn. I need to talk in here. Now, fuck you want, cop? So let me get this straight. There is an eighth Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her. That's right, we're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter, nothing to do with your shit. And, he points at the lieutenant, you're not cops here. Don't go digging around. We don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you. Good. We're all watching each other. The lieutenant adjusts his spectacles. Officer, no question. There's no point in pushing it further. He thinks this is already a victory. We'll learn more about the eighth Hardy sooner or later. The man hanged in the backyard. Was it you? The pretty boy! He takes a sip from his can. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy. Funny, the lieutenant says without a smile. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you. We have spoken to the head of the union. Everett? Yeah, him. And what did he tell you? His eyes narrow. That we killed him, that we took the cargo belt from the harbor, went out back, used it to hang him. He looks you dead in the eye, 'cause we did. All of us, together. I hope he told the story straight, and I hope he told it well. So you just confessed to murder? Goddamn right I... No, the woman interjects. These 7 honest men have equally come forth and told you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time. You murdered him, just like that. No remorse? How many people have you sent to the chase? Ever felt remorse for them? Chase Electrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the Suzanne's reign, it used to be the firing squad. Or sent them to reunion to rot for 20 years, for life. He says it as if it were worse than dying. And reunion, what's that? Yes, but these were all bad people, criminals, scum of the earth. Look, I'm just doing my job. That's all. What we do is different. We enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing. Honestly, I drink so much I can't really remember anyone I've sent behind bars. Our thing's different from your thing. But you see, a lawman, he says, squeezing his beer can, is something people agree on, and here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die. So who called the shots that night? Anyone deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. Can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. You think you could do that? You think you could arrest them all? A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head. Address Elizabeth, I don't have to, one of them was more complicit than others. Address Titus, no but seriously, who calls the shots around here? Who do you fucking think does? He sounds more amused and angry. Point at Titus, you do, you give the commands. Elizabeth, I thought she did. Point at Fat Angus, the biggest animal dominates the herd, I'm guessing it's the big one. Bow to the bearded man. Gangs are usually run by the eldest, most vulnerable member. Venerable, sorry. Point at Harbor. Everard, Claire, runs the union. You answer to him, right? It's the AF Hardy Boy, the one who's missing, the big dick. I don't know, she's got a lot of things going on there, this Elizabeth. Wasn't a question, Dick Rod, how fucking stupid are you? The asshole's worse than he falls silent. Titus runs the Hardy Boys genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys, ain't that right, fellas? Titus grins, I think you got your answer, Mr. Law. Yeah, but there are some administrative differences. She gives Titus a stern look, but on that night they all acted as one man. So when did this occur? You don't have to keep answering his questions. The fixer turns to remind Titus. I know, Lizzie, relax. He takes a sip. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week. How long have you known him? Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, ass. Yeah, who do you think we are? Quiet. Titus gives him a stern look. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy? By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for Wild Pines? The lieutenant pretends to check his notes. Same company you're striking against? No. I mean the Pines cow, the stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over, but you know what? He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough. That's enough insinuation for the day, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Do not waste your last question. Why'd you kill him? Why? He hisses between his teeth. Because he was worthless mercenary scum, and he stepped out of line in my town. So he was a mercenary. That's it. And he stepped out of line. What kind of mercenary? The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind too. Had CO Hoy and Seminin written all over him. Ex-Orangeanese Special Forces. A live grenade. The man spreads his arms right here in our bar. This one has a special gripe with him coming here. Can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines to hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. How do you know he was in Special Forces, or what did he actually do wrong? What did he do? Wrong? He roars. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning. He wipes spittle from his mouth. Slight unease in him. He regrets mentioning the rape. Kill us all if we don't open the gates. Didn't let the scabs in. We don't bend over. And that was before we started coming here. Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls, grabbing Navars mid-karaoke. Right there on the stage. He grabbed someone. The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information. Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young, gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her leg, starts screaming. Show me your cunt. Why don't you? Yeah, Jesus. Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Didn't even fall down. He shakes his head in disbelief. Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? Aren't you fucking listening? My man's talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen. Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening? God. Fucking parrot. Yes, but who did he rape then? No. We're not getting the name. It's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns. Nothing you can do for now. How'd you kill him? We hanged him up by his neck till he got real still, wasn't that obvious? Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school? Pretty sure you failed at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active reserves. Certainly enough to not put up with this backsass, deliver a knockdown observation. We need more. Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams. Titus, you do not have to clarify anything. We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady. Then we left him for seagulls, maggots. Small man points to you and the fucks. How'd you manage to overpower him? Numbers, asshole. How you think? You're right, Lissy. I've done enough explaining here. No, he hasn't. Where'd this overpowering happen? Weren't you listening? The fucker came into our bar. He looks around. It happened right here. Titus lets the others clear out the details so he doesn't get his hands muddy with explaining too much. Compose your challenging 12. Things aren't quite right here, are they? 42%. Either they'll heal me, or I'll get it. I can't lose, right? Titus is solid as a rock. So are a few others, but... First tell me who's solid. Elaine. Looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man. At least answer the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. Shanky, this little rat-faced fellow, is solid too. Fidgety, yeah, but no change. Him neither, Eugene. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice or whatever the hell he's got going on there. So who's cracking? This one. Fat Angus. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Hey you. Having trouble breathing over there? No. He looks up startled, forehead shiny. A few cold locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen cap. Of course he's having trouble breathing, just look at how fucking fat he is. Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy, all muscle. Keep your eye on this powerful guy, sooner or later he's gonna break like a piece of twig. There's something you're not telling me. And fuck you too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this, we're done with the schoolyard shit, and just so you know he doesn't have trouble breathing. His all-muscle comment wasn't sarcastic, he's genuinely trying to look out for Angus. This one's a stone wall, you won't get more out of him. About the night of the murder anyway, not yet. I have some other questions though. Why don't I just arrest you? Yeah, lawman. Why don't you? On the arrested mood? Doesn't mean the lies come alive with hatred. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with him. This is a big guy. This is a big guy who is dumb. This is a big dumb guy who is easily impressed with honorifics and bravery. We won't let it get to violence. But we can't show weakness. You confessed to murder. Taking you in. Look, Coppers. Titus opens up his vest, revealing a holstered firearm. I know you think you're doing your job here, but there are 7 of us and 2 of you. Boris the size of your eye. You can almost see the stars. You're under arrest, grab his wrist. Little guy was right, I'm not in the arresting mood. Go for the wrist. Force him. Intimidation will not work. Last thing you hear is a little murmur, not a blast, not an echo. No one screams, so it's impossible to say where it comes from. Really? Dude just shoots me.
More dead cops.
Wow.
From the district of Martinez,
Rude. But gotcha. Understood.
Are found floating in the canal. It is believed the officers were pursuing a murder investigation, but got caught in the dock workers' strike and were gunned down under unclear circumstances.
Interesting.
Such needless loss of life is truly tragic, a local union leader, Everard Clare, commented, and added that although the event is truly horrid, we can expect similar incidents to follow if right-wing vigilantes are allowed to run around uncontrolled and try to wriggle their way into well-organized neighborhoods.
How many random endings have I just missed? Also, that autosave is horrifically far back. This is gonna take a minute. For me. And just me. Getting back to where I was. Pox, put on pants. Pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. It's your hand or just the pocket. Your fingers brush against something soft, yet crinkly. Chewing gum. Wrapper. Reminds you of fruity juice of apricots. You inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. Not familiar in a good way, you might say. There's pain there, buddy. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exposed from Seagay. The apricot stews out of it and processed and show the clay blah 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 lore. Look at those monk straps. Yeah. Those shoes. What's this? What's this gum? There it is again. Scent of apricots. Touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet or some ancient temple. Take out the breath. Bitter citrus. Sweet. Seems to grow stronger like a glow with every breath you take. Whatever petrochemical byproducts they use to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory? Apricot chewing scented 1. till a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind her closed eyes, made of toffee, cream, and distance. Just had to take a dive. So familiar. Ancient temple. From the height of antiquity, long time ago, millennia, on an island of time you can never return to. End of summer. Sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold for a moment. The world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically. And you're rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening, but when you turn towards it, there's nothing there. Where'd it go? Why are you talking to a gum wrapper? Fine. Oh, is there more interaction here? No. Okay. Back to it. I have to pass this check in order to keep continuity. I think I've failed 4 or 5 times. I guess I just needed to have it recording. Sure. I was just gonna show it fail, and then show it fail, and then show it fail, and it was gonna be a funny bit. But sure, ruin my bit. Fuck. Can't have nothing. And now, armed with the knowledge that the game will just fucking kill us. Take a morale hit. Little guy. You're a little guy now. Yeah, that's why we don't fucking do that. Had some questions? What are we gonna do now? Nothing. Her reply comes sharp. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong. I think we're going to stick around. Thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. Lieutenant closes his notebook. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this. God. Good luck with that. He grabs another beer. You've heard everything the rent-a-cop's gonna hear from us real officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. Scan the room, because I didn't technically do that, because I was too busy healing. A 28% chance thing that I needed done. Spoke to Everett. He said you'd cooperate. I've already done this. Talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman? What's gonna happen if we don't? You gonna go and tell on us? Very mature, guys. He sent word, right? Yeah, I heard him. Fuck you think I'm doing here? You have your ass handed to you if you weren't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, Capo. Hello, officer. I am Titus Hardy, and these are my boys. Hardy boys. How may we assist you? Explosive laughter follows. To his men, Titus Hardy's a golden god. They want to laugh at his jokes even before they leave his lips. Guy's a born leader. 8 sets of footprints, race the Ave. I've already done that, but we're here now, and I gotta do it again. It's possible. And I'm annoyed and the game killed me. Part of me wants to just do it till we win. But let's see if I can't raise my authority. Gonna take off now. For just a little bit. Even if I have to come back without pants. I guess that will somehow make me brave. I'm sure there are other things you could do, but... fucking hell. I have a point. I might be able to get another thing in. How things hurt my frickin' authority. I don't know why, but this thing here is fascinating me. And now that I'm not dead,
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
He doesn't look particularly happy to see you. Who would have thought? As you look around this room full of sweaty men swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar? I've ever seen this before. I believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with almost exclusively men sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time. I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here. No? You must be. You're just like real cops, drinking beer, sitting around with your dicks in your hand. He leans in. You got a problem with beer now? Not quite there yet, push on. No, I'm drunk on the job, TUI. Don't give a shit. Just like you. No, I'm also a big fan of beer and jerking off instead of helping people. I have a beer problem, but not a problem with beer. I also have no idea how to do my job. Kinda like you. Speak for yourself, buddy. I've been running this outfit for 10 years now. You should have seen Martinez before we started. He was like Jamrock now. I didn't see shit, man. Kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a week. Fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s. Congratulations on the graffito removal. He turns to Titus. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there is a rape victim. So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck. He picks the beer back up. Don't let him drink that. One more push, quick. It's not about who did it, it's about the victim. She needs help. Someone's been raped. She needs counseling. We need to talk to her. I've asked this before, why are you hiding the victim? It's not about who did it. It's about the victim. She needs help. Titus. He looks at her. She stops mid-sentence. That's it, you got him. He's gonna give it up, but on his terms. You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'll let you. But you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her. Titus taps his chin with his fist. Freight train of pain, buddy. What is her name? The lieutenant takes out his notes. Classier Amandal. She's staying here at the Whirling. A real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit blonde. Titus adjusts his cap. It's a Mandal with an OU. What was her relationship with the mercenary? Relationship? I swear there's something in this house that causes me to cough. There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship. It's like that karaoke incident all over again, or like some of the other girls he was harassing. Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation. When did this rape happen? He did it before we killed him. He ain't gonna do it again. Crushes his half-empty beer can. So what's it matter? It would help if we established a timeline. Alright, 2 weeks maybe? I don't know, I need another beer. He turns to Glenn. There you go, boss. The tall blonde throws him a can. Titus cracks it open. What's your relationship with her? I know her. He looks around and an uncommon silence fills the room. How well do you know her? A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means. Well, enough, copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months. He crosses his arms. So she's not from around here. You mean Ravishall? Nah, she's an immigrant or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter. Don't you give her any more trouble, the fat guy blurts out. She's just had some bad luck, that's all. Shut up, Angie. He slaps his forehead. She don't need your help. Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it. And what was up with all the partying she and Titus did? Sounded fun. You said you partied? What'd you mean? What do you think I meant? Sex, drugs, and karaoke? Yes, yes, and no. He looks you straight in the eye. Got something to say about it? So you're saying you two were close? No, which is fucked. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after, so put your dick away. He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now. I know her. You don't know her. You're wrong. I do. Not the way I do. Thanks. We'll have to speak with her. Remember what I said. Freight train of pain. Points his beer can at you. Hanging victim. Nothing new. Rape victim. Nothing new. Alright. So she got raped. I think that's that person that was there at the beginning of the game. Who is it? A muffled woman's voice answers, muffled by the door. This is the police. Can we come in? Come on up. The door's open. Drying my hair. Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going in. Hotel bill calculations. She's had an extended stay. Pile of dirty clothes. A woman's. Medicine cabinet. This medicine cabinet's full of wares, sheets of pills haphazardly stacked one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there. Toothbrush. It's been used quite a lot. Medications. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet and pill bottle next to pill bottle. Eclectic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners. Quite the collection in here. Anything of note? He asks in a lowered voice. Search the bottles. Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, hypodermal, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Nacra. This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have. Nacra. An opioid antagonist. Interesting. It's used for diamorphine overdoses. Looks at the door. Search the pill sheets. Among some foreign, probably Mycenaean or Gotswaldian marked red blister packs. You find... What do you find? This is gonna take a little know-how. 83% chance. Okay. Bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it. Sunny happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat, just holding a little plastic container. What's so exciting about this orange bottle? Speed, man. Just what you're looking for. Call it dextromethamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders, but what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed. It's a brand called Preptide. A euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine prescription speed. The fuck are you waiting for? It's super fucking preppy. I don't need it. Corpse is gone. Probably important that we have seen that though. Bed has been hastily made. The window's pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Run your finger across it. Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges, but the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface. This window was recently replaced. Looks like it, yes. Wonder why that was. Smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Barred door, small, heavy. Door, there's no lock in sight. Where's this lead to? I do not know. He makes a note in his notebook. It's not the first closed door we found in the building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door. Do you think it's important? I do not know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers. Tap on the roof with your foot. Dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and He nods towards the young woman. A number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It is not unimportant. Whoosh. Barred from the inside. Sounds like it's heavy, too. But I am part of the Anti-Object Task Force. I'm very dumb. Just in case it becomes possible to get back up here. Handful of dried wildflowers. Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up into the air. Catch! You catch a single white flower between your fingers, the rest fly off into the wind. It's a Maybell. The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand, just a glance, and takes a drag of her cigarette. The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod. Fast as fuck. Cold coffee in an ashtray. It looks like a hedgehog. Oh, it's an interact. The Maybell. 6 crumbling petals rest in your palm. They're white. A bell-shaped crown. What is this, Kim? This is the Insulindian lily. The lieutenant corrects his glasses. Called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle. This flower is a spring flower, but it's a bit early for that, isn't it? Who pinned them? Which side? The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started into Suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the Kingsmen too. It's about girls and boys more than sides, girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, but it's also dying themselves in the ruin. From dysentery and consumption, it's a symbol of the Civil War. Does this flower blossom in early spring? Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. Looks dried, preserved. Sit up, Roy. So you think it's a coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Very well. Water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. Rub your sides for warmth, but there is none. Blow on your fingers. Inland, above the Martinez distributary, the channel that brought wastewater from the silk mills of Jamrock, and then dead bodies during the war. The wrinkled fingers of an old man crushed flower petals, then sprinkled them in the stream, like white salt. So, like, Shivers just shows up to be pretty, right? Sorry, I had no self-control. Hatavap? Kill me. Like it never happened. Sorry, I got annoyed and I'm playing around. I just wanted to kick something. Okay. For real now.
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit and athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you have here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wander north toward the yard. Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
Mentioned a cleaning lady, I think I may need one. No time for pleasantries, we have questions for you. Let's be friendly. We may need a cleaning lady.
Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the Infernum.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I see you've already met my colleague.
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer?
Once a cop, always a cop, right?
Like riding a coppercycle.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette. Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you've been through something difficult. I need to dilly-dally, she's tough. Medium success. Sure. I'll get straight to it. Good on you. She can take it. What's up with this flower? She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one of her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on the contact. Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style? Why was it there? Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know. Because of the wind? What's your name, miss? For the record. Classier Armando. And where are you from? Redfort, Republic of Orange. Your age? 28. She takes the drag. And what do you do? What's your specialization? Something stupid. What's that? Orange Elite. Orange Elite? Orange literature. It's what I studied at the university. Back to you. Back to me. Could we take a look at your passport? That seems invasive, but sure, why not? I'm afraid you can't. Why is that? Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets. Thank you for your candor. Why? They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. Then how do I know you've told us your real name? If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Classier Armando. It's a weird one. Okay. Okie dokie. That's it for the record. So they tell... God. Nice room you have. It's pretty deluxe. So what are you doing here in the whirling? I'm wintering. How long have you been staying here? Calculates about 4 months. I came in November. Why here? Here in the whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Ravishall? The whirling specifically, right? First. Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez, and because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. Where does that other door lead? I have no idea. He looks at it calmly. Quite the collection of prescription drugs down there. Thank you. Put a lot of time and effort into it. Technically, possession of narcotics is legal, but you should still reprimand her. How'd you amass such a hoard? With money. It's not exactly the anti-star-sized caboodle I intended it for to be one day, but it's getting there. The anti-star is or was a vespertine rock and roll star. He liked to do drugs. He did so many drugs, he eventually died. Your collection includes an opioid antagonist. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids. Is that something that happens to you often, miss? His tone isn't aggressive, just inquisitive. Better safe than sorry. Peptide? Oh yes, one of my favorites. It cures many ailments. Like what? Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. Cures those ailments. It's just a mirrored speed molecule, basically. Alright. Window's new. It is. The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. Okay. Well, let's just get to it then, I guess. They tell us you were raped. It's a bit early in the morning for rape, isn't it? It is already afternoon. It's already 2. Is it? Squinting, she takes a look around. The spring sun is high in the sky, people pass below. It is afternoon. Time flies, man. So, were you? Yeah. I'm gonna go with not. I don't want to say shit about him. Tell them it's not my style, they'll have to, you know? If they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more rapeable. Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted? Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery, sexual assault. Maybe it was clear the latter would be spicier. What did happen between you and the victim? You partied. Partied? Where have I heard that before? Do a lot of partying going on. You mean like a birthday party? I don't get it. What do you mean partied? We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked them. What else? Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder, and then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. Lots of sex. Were feelings involved? A little. Drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them. How did you two meet? The lieutenant's voice is quiet. Calm. Downstairs. She taps on the roof with her 10-centimeter heel. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. Military man, as you probably know. He had a cool, scary scar. When was this? A month ago? Something like that? Titus asked you to spice things up for us? Pretty much. She cradles her coffee cup in both hands. Warming them. Are you sure? 89%. 89's good enough. Moving on. Cool. What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age. Sorry. Can't do it. She puffs on her cigarette. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him like he is now. Can't talk about his hair. I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later. What did they hang him for, if not rape? He had something to do with the strike. One that's been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it. And his role in this strike was what? I think he was in a security detail. Ex-military, worked for Wild Pines and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous. And they lynched him for it? She nods. So how do the Hardy Boys know you? They're frequent guests, downstairs. She looks at the floor. It's tarred. They have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now. And how did you meet? Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. Did you party? A little, yeah. Like you partied with the deceased? No, not as hard. Sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys? I have. Which one? Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously, but as I said, it's been a long winter. Must have been hard seeing him down there. No. Yeah, she says bitterly. I've had a great view from the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams. A bitter cringe, it hurts. You look into the lieutenant. You called us, the RCM. Yes. Jackpot. The call, reporting the hanging, that was you? I made it, she nods. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching. Reporting crimes is a confidential in Ravishal, miss. Before we go on. If it's snitching, why do it? Because I couldn't handle it anymore. She takes a drag, her voice thick with disgust. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. And then they started stripping him. The caller's voice was disguised. I didn't exactly disguise it, I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. Nicked it? How? With nail clippers, and I diverted some radio fuzz into the cold wire. So she's Gart's mystery phone cutter. And in the process, you broke the landline. Did I? She looks at her coffee. Fuck, I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing. Still, it's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever, crossing the lines like that. Seems like you had some idea. It was nifty. Thanks. Why go through all the trouble? Oh no, sir. It was stupid, I was drunk too. It was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires. Again, thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do. Thank you for telling all of this, miss. She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid. Should we head back downstairs, officer? The lieutenant looks at you. We may have things to discuss there. And something else before we go a little further. Volition Legendary 14. Your room's close to mine. That's all I wanted to establish. What is volition? Like, where is it? Right there. And it's hurt because I'm hurt. I'm kind of feeling volition, honest. So I don't feel bad about that. %28 chance. Need to talk to you about your room. Let's talk more about the so-called assault. Thank you for telling us. Nothing. I've had a very unlucky night. Be here until 2300 drinking coffee. Cam has something to say.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys.
His voice is lowered.
Their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate? Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not cooperate their story was definitely not part of the plan. Why did she tell us all that? What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. Something's off. You think so? A shadow runs across his face. She seemed forthcoming, unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to observe other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough. Damn it. I'm just gonna kick this door for free every time I pass by it. Double ones. Excellent. I understand certain checks. I really do. But like, get the door down. And you can't retry it until you do something weird to like totally change how your things are working. I understand that a lot less. I am, however, gonna run to the drugstore and buy some healing juice, cause I'm fucked up. I don't like being fucked up. And I have a lot of money. Well, a comparative lot of money.
Is this about the questions again? Because...
You have a different store design. Dramamine for 3. Nosafed for 1. 3 of that would be 2.7. Okay. Now I have 4. I don't know if it's smart enough to let me do 1 at a time. Because why would it be? It's 1 item, right? It should heal 3. But it only cataloged it as 4. So I don't really know. All I know is I'm no longer kind of dying. Which also affects your stats and how you talk to things. Hey man, something weird.
Hanging around. What is it now?
Probably nothing that you're gonna like. Glacia says that she wasn't raped. Fuck. I knew the fucking whore couldn't be trusted. For the record, she steps in forcefully. Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim was a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her. Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He turns back to you. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind and you have no idea. She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down and she doesn't fucking trust you. Yeah, she's crazy, you know, Rat-Faced Man says carefully. A crazy bitch. You know the type? She's fucked up. Cut the bullshit, she told me the truth. Let's just defy it openly. Lawman, I am at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. His hands become fists. And you went and pushed her. Something breaks in him. He takes a step closer and says, I am going to fucking... Titus Hardy. Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot. Success. Titus backs down. Fist backs off, fist down. Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fist down. Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Have I understood? The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet too. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command. Look, Copper, the tattooed man snaps his fingers to get your attention. We know the dead fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. He turns to Titus, who's still breathing heavily. What's the harm, right? Here, jerkwad. He slams an audio tape on the table. Listen to this shit, then come back here and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man. Why should I care about the tape, though? You lied. You don't care about evidence? Fuck are you a cop for, then? Pigs, they don't care about getting the truth, they care about getting convictions, fucking keeping score on their bulletin boards. I won't be on your bulletin board. I don't listen to the tape, you got nothing to talk about. So what's on it? We call it the Door Gunner Mega Mix. You'll know why when you listen to it. Where'd you get it? You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? URCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that. So you bug them, huh? How? We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff. Understood. You've listened in on their communications. How long? Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons. Things got nice and quiet after that. So which one of you is doing the advanced radio work then? Not advanced, the heavy man wheezes. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. Gets hot as hell in there. Don't put yourself down, Angus, it's important work. Chief picks up his beer back up to offer a silent toast. Yeah, man, you're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth shit, indexes and shit. Where can I listen to this? I'm sure we can find the tape player. Why don't you try shoving it up your ass? Play it with your butt. I'm sure we can find a tape player. Your room had one, unless if it's not too broken. Enough for now. I'll go back to the investigation. Don't forget your tape law, man. He pushes the little tape forward with his giant hand. Compliments to Titus Hardy. Okay, I'll listen to it. You better do. Oh, keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday. Anything else about the tape? I'll find a way to listen to it. Gotta find a way to listen to this tape.